We are going live, and we should be live. Last time it was
Nathan
really
Rudolph is
weird.
live.
Oh, hey, look at that. Awesome. Now I just have to find the link to share to everybody. This might get weird and echoey for a second. Hang on. We are going. Yep. All right. Here is the YouTube link. Or Bruce, or yeah, Bruce, the draft floor is where all the picks will be going. I will announce whose turn it is, all of that. I just need to tweet out this link, and we will be good to go. All right. So just to cover the ground rules here to start before we get into the picks, we're going to have 6 rounds. The goal of the draft is to draft an entire squad, so that's 2 wings, a center, 2 defensemen, and a goaltender. You're trying to make the best team possible of all players in the NHL. Players must have played at least one NHL game to qualify, so no Jack Hughes, no Capo Caco. And yeah, are there any other rules I need to cover, AJ?
No, and if anybody has any other questions about clarification as we get going, and that's actually participating in the draft itself, you guys just fire off a question to us, and we'll work our way through it as we go.
Yep. It should be pretty easy to answer questions as we go. It's nothing too complicated. Hello, Drag Racer. You are the first in the chat. Welcome. And let's kick this thing off. First pick overall in this fantasy-ish draft is going to be the Canadiens. You're on the clock. I think we all know who you're going to pick. Let's see.
Maybe. He's
What?
contemplating.
Shocker. How could anyone have seen that one coming? Second up is me. And I am also not doing anything surprising. So we have McDavid and McKinnon off the board. Don't think anyone is surprised by either of those. Third up, we have Arizona. Hey, they actually got their lotto pick for once, unlike real life. Oh, he was ready. He came ready. Okay. Arizona with the third pick.
In the future, please don't do that.
Shane Doan. Doesn't Shane Doan, wasn't he angry at them at the end?
Yeah.
Alex Barkov. I see someone listen to our centers show. Or is Barkov just love and life for everyone, maybe? Okay. Fourth pick is the Islanders. You are on the clock. Yes, Raindrop, it's more or less a fantasy draft. Just the goal is to build the best 6-man unit. Braden Point going fourth. We like the youth here. Nobody's taken the dive on Old Man Crosby. Okay. Fifth up is Edmonton. You are on the clock. Hit me. Cooch, the first winger. The first winger goes before Crosby. I like it. I like it.
It's interesting. Kucherov's still a lot younger than I realize most of
I
the
know.
time. I
Yeah,
forget
he's
that
really
he was
not that
in
old.
the he's in the Landeskog draft.
Yep. Just 25. All right, that's our top five. It goes McDavid, McKinnon, Barkov, Point, Kucherov. 4 centers, 1 winger, and we are to 6th with Nashville. There he goes. You knew he couldn't fall much further. I actually really like that pick still. Like, even
Yeah.
in his old age, he's got a fantastic contract.
Yeah. And I mean at 31, it's not like the guy's broken
Right,
down or anything.
exactly. Alrighty.
Have you moved him over already?
Crosby, yeah. Crosby in a Nashville jersey is
It's a gross thought.
not something I want to think about. 7th up is Boston. I heard some rumors about this pick, so we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to Luke about it last night, and I'm real curious to see if he gets hyphy or not.
Oh, that is not the rumor that I heard.
That's funny.
All right, so we're back on the center train here.
John Tavares goes, and honestly,
Oh, did
at
it?
28 years old, um, putting aside my hatred of him, he's still one of the premier centers in the game. As long as his skating continues to hold up as he ages, that contract won't be any kind of a problem for them at all.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we got the last minute add-on GM in Calgary. You're on the spot here.
Interesting.
Stammer. Okay. So look at this. Look at this. The guy who just joined at the last second is doing it correctly, while all of you guys are not.
Yeah. Somebody was paying attention when we laid down the rules and said what's allowed to actually happen.
Stammer goes to Calgary. I don't like any of this. All these good players are going to the West.
I have an Eastern team, so
Oops.
all good with me.
Fair, fair. How did I select that many? All right. Next up is San Jose. You're on the clock, and I'll put it in chat as soon as I figure out which tab I'm on. There we go. Ovi, winger number 2. Seventh best winger in the league, if you ask me.
In the opinion of baddies.
All right, next up is the Hockey Universe Central. Toronto is on the clock.
Move over here.
Toronto takes their actual player. That's the first time I think so far in the draft that we've had it line up like that. So Matthews remains in Toronto, at least for another 5 years until he goes to Arizona, where he's at home.
Yeah, drafted him with a timer there.
I mean, it's not that bad of a timer. All right, the enemy is on the clock. The Wild. Pick someone terrible for us. As a center. Okay.
It's a good pick.
It is a good pick. What is going on? There we go.
Oops, Stamkos got taken already.
Yep.
I need to get rid of that one.
Cool. Next up is Dallas, another division rival. On the clock. So far, the first round is really centers and then the best wings.
Yeah.
And that's it. And not that that's that surprising, but someone's going to have to change the outlook at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a guy like Phil Kessel, or Claude Giroux, like they're great players today. But you can see those guys falling because you're trying to build a team, and
definitely
it's hard to build around some of those guys, So it's like, because like right now, like if you're okay, so we're trying to build a team here, you can take Phil Kessel or Matthew Tkachuk.
Yeah,
right. There's a 10-year gap there in age, so it's interesting when you're trying to, okay, maybe you miss out on some of these centers at the top, but you can still build around. Ooh, we got to get rid of the Matthews as well. Bloop.
You missed on that one. You deleted the guy below Matthews.
Oh shit. Who was it?
Just hit Control Z.
Bloop. Yeah. Oh, Mark Stone, no big deal. Nobody would have wanted him anyway.
Shifley. Okay. The centers just keep rolling off the board here. I guess Shifley was in the Central already, so I can't feel that bad about that one. 13th pick, lucky 13, Vancouver on the clock.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that pick a lot.
Where is he? There he is.
Oh, that's weird. Like glitched out.
Yeah. Vancouver selects Vancouver.
Yeah. They select themselves. Thank you, Jim Benning. 14th. LA. About to get a whole lot better in this draft than they are currently, I suspect.
Wow.
The Pest Man himself. If he was taller, I would say it's a very LA pick, but he's just not that tall. All right, that's the first one that's a little bit surprising to me to go this high.
Yeah, same.
And now my fellow co-host is on the clock. I heard some rumors about this pick too, but I want to see if he goes for it.
I'm not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No. There was no way I was going to tell. There was no way I was going to give the game away to my fellow GMs. Luke, are you serious?
Nick, the best teams will be decided on the BSNAvalanche podcast on Monday, and then we will also have other shows looking at some of the other factors of this draft on Tuesday and Wednesday as well. So, me and AJ get to play judge, jury, and executioner on all of you. So
that's right, we do.
Oh, I like that pick. I like the youth pick there. Florida gets a young stud.
Yeah, replacing Barkov with Pedersen. I'm okay with that.
Did all right.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is the legacy of failure in Buffalo. See if we can turn it around. Doesn't look like it. Looked like he got sniped by AJ.
Well, I tell you what, Buffalo's own guy is still sitting there.
That's true.
And that was honestly, that was the only guy on the board that gave me pause before taking Pedersen. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It was Jack Eichel. I was like, and I tell you, the only reason I did not take Jack Eichel was because I'm afraid of that contract just a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's fair. We talked about his injury issues.
Yeah, I'm worried that he keeps injuring the same ankle, and that he's like 20. So
Why? Okay, there we go.
Bruce, we're working on it, man. We've got to make picks and adjust the board at the same time, dude.
Yeah. If you want to see who's been picked, you can go over to the draft board one, and it will tell you all of the actual picks. But thank you. No, yeah, we appreciate the heads up.
Yeah, always. I mean, I'm missed on what was it? I think Shifley. Like I just didn't delete him.
And Detroit, you are on the board. The snap pick of Miko. I like it. Draft board. Although Miko in Detroit, I don't like as much.
Yeah, love that less.
Okay, delete Miko and Eichel.
Yeah, Shifley was taken by
Correct.
the cake maker. I'm not sure why he put that in there again.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But
Okay, you just deleted Rantanen.
yes, I'll start deleting them since I'm copying them. Just makes more
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
Philadelphia, you are on the clock at the 18th overall pick.
Still so many good centers sitting around here.
Hedman, the first D-man, coming
Yeah.
off the board. It was about that time, I suppose.
Yeah, it's honestly it's crazy to me that we got 18 picks in before somebody was like, "Let's build the defense."
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those centers are just too juicy, I think, to go for the defense.
Yeah. Yeah, I strongly considered it, but when I saw the two centers that I kind of had in mind that were sitting there, I was like, "Nah, we're good."
Yeah. All right. The rags are up. 06
Huberto,
glory.
Huberto was not a center. He's a left wing.
Who's not a center?
Jonathan Huberto.
Okay, yeah. You can swap it in there, I
Yeah,
assume.
he was on the list as a C, and I'm not
Yeah.
sure why.
NHL.com's position listings are bad.
I tried to go through yesterday and catch as many as I knew off the top of my head.
The pasta maker.
Pasternak's that's such an amazing pick because his contract is so good for the next few years that if you're gonna like try to recreate a top line with him on it, I mean it's
Yeah,
it's so good.
that contract is just
I
pretty
mean,
silly.
22 years old and he's as good as he is. It's well, Marchand is 9 years older than Pasternak, so that's the big mitigating factor there. Marchand's a surprising pick. I don't think he's a bad pick.
Right.
It kind of depends. Marchand will depend on what you put around him.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you can build off
Because
of it.
yeah, if you can put a really good top line around him again, like he's gonna be just fine for you. And we're not like none of us are gonna think twice about it.
All right. Pick number 20, Winnipeg, is on the clock. Another Central Division. Surely it'll be something horrible for the Avs. Okay, no, I can live with that. The Avs know how to deal with that guy.
Yeah. Johnny Gaudreau is a hell of a player though, man.
He really is. The second highest scorer left from last season on the board. All All right. Delete Gaudreau. Gotta remember to delete them. And we are on to pick 21 with Vegas, who just did this not that long ago themselves. Sort of. Okay, there we go.
It
There
was about
goes the
that time.
Vasilevsky.
Yeah.
Yeah, late first. I guess someone's got to pull the trigger, right?
Well, especially because these guys that are drafting are going to be drafting again in 20 picks.
Yeah, that's true. They don't have
They
to wait
can,
quite as long.
yeah, they can kind of turn around and be like, okay, there are all these centers that are still on the board.
Yeah.
You're already picking from like the third tier of them. Might as well get a top guy here.
All right,
I
Tampa.
probably I probably wouldn't have done it, but that's fine.
Tampa was ready to take Mark Stone. I like the pick.
Yeah, ready to rock. No messing around.
Delete him and on to the next one. Carolina on the clock.
All right, Bruce, what are these big plans that you've got that we keep foiling?
Yeah, see, this is where it starts to get interesting now. Now your options open up when there's not just amazing C's at every turn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we say that. Sean Monahan.
But then there's
Like,
still a ton of amazing C's
well, and it's like
left.
Sean Monahan has like 5 30-goal seasons and he's 24 years old. And we're all just like, meh, Sean Monahan, whatever. Like, Patrick Kane is literally sitting here with his 110-point season.
Still on the
Oh,
board.
yeah, see?
And
Bruce
now he's gone.
Where it's like, oh man, who am I going to get at 23? And it's like, oh, I guess I'm getting Patrick Kane. Like,
I
tough
guess
to
that's fine.
tough to build around that. Yeah, I guess it's a question. Does he want Evander or Patrick Kane?
I'm assuming you wanted Patrick because I'm gonna ban you if you want Evander over him. All right, we are all set there. All right, expansion squad, you got your pick of the litter. Oh, he was ready to go goalie. He was ready. Didn't even think twice. Immediately on the Gibson train.
We'll see. And now this is going to be fun because this is going to create anxiety for everybody
Yeah.
else.
When does the
Now
goalie run start?
well, now 2 goalies have gone. So this
Yep.
is going to create that anxiety where everybody's like, oh man, when do I take my goalie? If I wait too long, I'm going to end up with Chad Johnson in net. And it's interesting because now these 2 goalies have gone and we're still talking about the centers that are still left on the board. I mean, you've still got Monahan and Taves, Sagan, Bergeron, Ryan O'Reilly, Sean Couturier, Backstrom. I don't know that Hurdle's a center, but Zibanejad, Krejci, Larkin, like
A lot of
Kuznetsov,
talent. Yeah.
Evgeny Malkin is still sitting here.
Insane depth.
So, like we're looking at a world where like Matt Duchene maybe doesn't get drafted.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Spencer, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I can imagine having a child would be that young. I'm sure it's tough to do much of anything. There goes the man who loves his Mountain Dew.
Does Mitch Marner love Mountain Dew?
If you watch Steve Dangle, he does.
Oh,
Which I know you don't.
yeah.
Marner is a wing.
He's a wing.
Yeah. Definitely a wing.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not a center. I'm not at all worried about whatever contract Mitch Marner gets is not going to bother me. That's a 20-year-old player with all of his career is still in front of him. Like he's too electric. You pay for talent. You don't pay for goddamn fourth line players.
And there goes Couturier. I really like that contract.
Yeah.
You want to win in the next 3 years? That is
Yep.
money.
I strongly considered passing up on a center in hopes that a guy like Couturier would get to me in round two.
But he didn't.
Yeah, well, and this is why I just pulled the trigger and got out of the way and said, "Don't get cute with it."
Yep.
You know, as much as I like a guy like Pierre-Luc Dubois, I don't know that I want him as as my building block.
For sure.
Seriously.
All right. He believes in the hype.
Well, we have our first bad pick of the day. That's right. I'm still a Jordan Bennington hater. Forever. Forever.
Oops.
That is a big roll of the dice. I don't want to be like dismissive and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's a terrible pick." I mean, if that thing pans out, obviously you have a franchise goaltender at 26 years old.
If the Blues go back to back, he's gonna lord that pick over us forever.
Yeah, he's gonna play that clip of me saying, "Well, we have our first bad pick until the end of time."
All right, that's goalie number 3. Regardless of how you feel about Bennington himself.
Yeah.
All right, Blackhawks, you can pick someone terrible too. I believe in you.
Yeah. Take Corey Crawford.
That's not terrible.
That wasn't what you were supposed to do. We need to fire our Chicago GM and get somebody in. Can we just get Stan Bowman on the phone to make a terrible pick?
There you go. The peanut gallery, not a big fan of Bennington over Evgeny Malkin.
Yeah. All these guys that are still sitting on the board, and the Bennington pick was like not popular.
Okay, we've got Uberdo up, and we are to the team. They are a team. Ottawa,
Yes.
make your first pick.
Did I tell you that I ran into Pierre Dorion?
You did not.
And I asked him about that whole "we're a team" thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Do you regret saying it?" And he was like, "Yes, but I didn't have anything else to say in the moment."
At least he's honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually talked to him a couple of times over the last couple of years when they've come through town, and he's like, some GMs will talk to you, and
Yep.
and they'll, because they just like to talk hockey with anybody, right?
Sure.
And some of them will just absolutely like not engage at all.
Yeah.
And he was real cool about it, and he's talked to me a couple of times about different things. Wow, Sagan goes to Ottawa. I dig that.
Yep. And there goes the Malkin.
Yeah, Malkin. I think my only concern with Malkin is the contract. There are rumblings that when his current contract ends, he wants to leave and go back to the KHL and finish his career there.
Yeah. I mean, you're trying to win a cup in those 3 years anyway, though.
Sure. But I mean, 3 years with your number one seed before you got to replace
true.
that guy, and he just walks on you.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
that sucks.
At least he walks to the KHL and not to like Boston.
Oh yeah, right. Like, wanders right on through, or Philadelphia to really,
Yeah, right.
stick the needle in Pens fans.
All right, pressure is on.
Yeah.
Avs on the board, and the
Wow.
snap Monahan.
I really like that. I think Sean Monahan is an underrated player.
It fits right in with the boring Sean Monahan, the best Twitter account.
Yeah, all of Calgary outside of Mike Smith really no-showed though. This last go round.
Okay, I think I deleted everyone up to this point. I think we're good. The last pick of the first round, Colorado East. Columbus is up.
What you got for us, Kikalainen?
The Burgonator.
All right. I mean,
Take it. Take it. It's a steal of a deal if he can stay healthy.
yeah, for sure.
Okay. That wraps up the entire first round.
Yeah, let's take a quick break
Yeah.
for a reset here, just to kind of
Prep your
everybody catch their bearings
second
and
rounds for a second as things
yeah,
flew off the board a little bit.
everybody can kind of look and reassess the board and take a gander at what's still left and what they, kind of just take a quick look around, see what you got, see what you like, and we'll get going here in a minute. But Bruto, I know you and I have been kind of working on the back side of this.
Yeah.
So looking at the whole board now and kind of taking it all in, what are some of your thoughts here on how this top round unfolded, especially at the top? All those centers like we thought.
Yeah, I mean, I knew there would be a lot of centers, but when you actually see them all get listed out and all of the ones that
Yeah.
get drafted and people are still going, "Oh my god, this guy's still here. This guy's still here." It really makes you realize just how absurd the center depth across the NHL is, and it's hard to figure it out. Like, I'm super happy with Nathan MacKinnon at 2, but Sean Monahan, who's a point per game player, just got picked 31, and it, MacKinnon does more than just points. Obviously, there's play driving and things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
how big is that difference? A 30 pick difference, is MacKinnon worth it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, uh I counted 18 centers. Chat, this JD is our Tampa GM. Okay. He also has 18. So
Yeah, there are 32
uh
teams. 32
yeah.
teams in it.
So 18 centers, 3 goalies, 10 wings, and 1 defenseman.
Yep.
One
Hedman.
defenseman winning the entire first round. That's it's crazy,
Yeah.
actually, because I really don't strongly disagree with it. When you look at the teams that win the cups and you say, all right, how many times have I said on shows this summer, who is the last team to win the cup with a defenseman as their best player?
Yep.
And it's
You go
just
way too far back to get to the Ducks there.
right. And you have to go, and that Ducks team had like young Getzlaff and Perry on there.
Right.
So, it's a really interesting it's a really interesting group.
Yeah, I have a suspicion that there's going to be a lot of that letter D in this second round, but we'll have to see.
a lot of the GMs are going to start wanting to balance,
Yep.
and not, because you take the center, how valuable is getting the right wing or the left wing versus getting your number 1D after that. The guys who took the wings first, I'm really curious.
Yeah, where they go
because,
from there.
Yeah, do you continue to wait on the center and just try and steal value, knowing that because of the rules that we have set up here, we're not taking more centers? Maybe next year when we do this a little deeper, because you won't be able to take advantage of teams not drafting centers. Because right now, you could argue that going 1-2 in your center depth is the right way to go, but because we're only doing one line, maybe it's not. Obviously you can't just load up on centers. We've not allowed that in the rules.
Yeah.
But in a full team draft, you could do that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And you do see a lot of teams do that. You look at when you're comparing teams in the NHL and you're saying, look at how deep they are at center, is always
Right.
one of the first things that it's like, okay, this team is for real.
Well, and look at the difference it made for Colorado and the perception around them.
Yeah,
They don't have any second line wings, and nobody gives a shit
because they have Kadri now.
because they have a true second line center that everybody is comfortable with, and they're like, all right, well, that just fixes everything.
Yep.
So it's interesting when we're talking about this team building that we're doing here that we get into, okay, well, in this exercise, a guy like Brock Nelson probably is not getting drafted. But in a draft with a deeper format outside of just one line, that's a top six guy that you would really consider. A guy like Travis Konechny, who's really young and really productive. You have that conversation about him too.
Yeah, definitely fair.
So it's interesting, kind of how it all works out. But let's go ahead and
Yeah,
get
I
rolling.
think it's
We've
time.
got 5 more rounds to go.
Yeah,
So
I think we'll probably speed up a bit as we go as well. But
yeah.
the
It
well,
also took us like 20 minutes to get the roll call
yeah,
to get started.
right.
So
So I think we can start moving a little bit quicker here. Columbus, it is a snake draft for those wondering if you didn't know. So Columbus is back on the clock.
yeah.
Dahlin coming right off the board. Alrighty.
It's interesting. I like it because Darlene had such a good rookie year that there's not a lot of projection there.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna take Bergeron, like balancing that out with the youngest D out there is I don't want to say a strange, but it's kind of that's sort of an opposite approach.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Second pick for Colorado. Also
Okay.
going young D.
Okay, here we go.
It's coming. I knew it was coming. Chabot coming off the list. That's going to be an expensive contract after next season.
Yeah, right.
All right. Back to Pittsburgh. Waiting for the pick to come in. Could make or break the team. Another D. Yeah, I had a feeling. I had a feeling it was time. And we move right along back to Ottawa. Oops, wrong link. There we go. Ottawa is taking the 1-year shot. They're taking the 1-year shot on Hall. See, the player I love. The contract, boy, I don't know.
Yeah.
And Chicago is on the clock. Thomas Hurdle. I don't know if Hurdle is the C. Are we going to let that go?
Yeah, I honestly I don't know that he's is a C or not. So if he wants to draft him as one, go for it.
All right. Hurdle at C. Next up, Anaheim is on the clock. Morgan Riley. that's another. I think we're seeing a lot of 3-year plans start to come together here with some of these guys. Back to New Jersey. Seth Jones. There's going to be no D left by the time I'm picking again.
Oh, I think you'd be surprised.
Oh, I know. It's going to be the same thing that happened with the centers. But okay. New Jersey takes Jones, and the Capitals are on the clock. And he's immediately ready with a D-man as well. Forget the goalie run. We're doing a D run. And Seattle, you're back on the clock for your second ever player. Who you got? Naturally. Another D. They're just flying off the shelves right now.
Yeah, right.
I can't even keep up with them. Oops. Seattle takes Werenski. And Carolina on the clock. Kuznetsov. So there's a center. We've broken the chain. Someone needed a center.
So he has Kuznetsov and Kane now. Is
That's
how Bruce is.
That's pretty good.
With his first 2 picks, that's how he's decided to build his forward first.
That's not something I would want to play against. See how the decor shapes up later, though.
Yeah.
On to Tampa. I mean, good players are going to be left. We're only taking 32 centers today, so.
Right. We're only taking, 90 some odd forwards? Like,
yeah.
There are going to be a lot of good players still sitting around that don't get drafted.
And there goes AJ's favorite.
Everybody was so convinced I was going to take Dougie Hamilton.
The Dugginator is off the board. Going to Florida. I hope they have nice museums there. Keep it rolling with Vegas. The Bread Man coming off the board. We're starting to sneak a couple forwards here and there.
I'm working on it, Bruce. I haven't forgotten about you.
Hang on.
Is there anything specifically that you want? I mean, I don't think I've asked you. If there's anything that you, are after, Oh yeah, you want me to get you on the ice with? I don't think Joe Sakic skates anymore, man.
Winnipeg is on the clock. Olaf, no. No one has taken Petrangelo yet. There goes Barzal. He's finally gone.
The long national nightmare is over.
Middle of the second round. What a bum. Rangers are up. And there goes Burns, the top D man, at least scoring wise from last season.
Yeah.
Finally off the board. And I need to put all these picks in this other spot because I'm doing it in two different spots, which I'm regretting. All right, there we go. Philly, you're on the clock. And all this, and I gotta figure out who I'm gonna take too. Larkin coming off the board. Interesting. Getting some youth there, but there might be some better C's I would have gone with.
Yeah. Larkin and Hedman for the first two picks for Philadelphia. So
Definitely gonna be an interesting team in Philly.
it's, I mean, it's hard to complain with those two guys as building blocks.
True.
As we've said, it's gonna some of that's gonna matter. What you put them with.
Yeah, many of these guys. Wow, the snap Carter Hart pick. Believing in the young goalie. I tell you, that'll either be a great pick or a horrible pick.
Copy and paste that statement over every goaltender.
Pretty much. All right, Buffalo. You're on the clock. There goes the young man. I knew he was going to go somewhere in this draft.
Yeah. It was really just a matter of when and where.
Yep. All right. Kale McCarr off the very bottom of this board. And we are to the man co-hosting from Sunrise, Florida. There goes Kachuk. I knew you'd have been looking for him.
We don't play.
How much you signing him to on that contract, though?
I'll try and get him at about 7.5 to 8 million, somewhere in that range.
There you go. Man with a plan. And we are back to LA. All the way to the other coast. Duchesne coming off the board at C. You have him locked up for eternity.
Interesting. That gives him Brad Marchand and Matt Duchesne and on his top line.
That is interesting.
It's an interesting start.
Might need an anchor for that line, I'm thinking. Okay. Matt Duchesne gone. Vancouver. The quick DeBrincat.
Nice. It's a good.
Yeah, I like that pick too.
Rock solid pick.
Oops.
40 goal scorer at 21 years old.
Not too shabby. And we are to Dallas. And I still need to figure out who I'm picking. I like it.
Interesting.
I was hoping that no one else believed in him as much as I did.
That gives Mark Scheifele and John Carlson as his two building blocks.
Yep.
To start off with. So
not
Dallas.
Young, not youthful. I mean, Carlson's not old, but
interesting. Interesting start.
Yeah, that's fair, but there's a lot of 23 and unders picked early. OEL.
OEL. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Let's see here. Carlson. Nice.
Okay.
I never know really how to feel about OEL.
I like him. I've given into it. I think he's quality.
Yeah. I mean, good player for sure. I just,
Picking up Giroux late in the second round.
Yeah, and
Where the hell is he?
Matthews and Giroux. That's so nasty.
I guess we're going to have to go manual because I can't find him in the list.
Yeah, I don't know where he went.
It's all good. It's not that hard to do. Manual. Except for he's 31. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not that surprised Landeskog is still sitting around. We're talking about like
either.
high end players here.
Yep. Landy's
So
great, but he's just not in that echelon.
yeah, I think we're all comfortable with the idea that 75 points from Landeskog may never happen again.
Oh, money coming off the board.
So San Jose building around Ovechkin and
O'Reilly.
O'Reilly. So that's interesting.
That is a bit.
It's interesting that a lot of the guys, a lot of the teams that did not go center in the first round are now.
Yeah. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. He was someone I was really hoping would fall to me. Miro Heiskanen going off the board. we are to number 7. Well, I guess it's picks 58 on this side of things with Boston. I don't know when you sent that, JD, but right now I don't officially have a job. I just run this channel, working on some things. We'll see where it goes. Matt Murray. Okay. Okay. Gotta.
Different JD.
Oh, what? Oh yeah, sorry. That was
We have
YouTube
a
chat.
YouTube
Yeah, yeah,
chat from J question from JD, different one.
yeah. Not you. Okay. Matthew Murray on the board in Boston. Pittsburgh's feeling that one. Nashville is on.
You son of a bitch.
Ooh. Yep.
Luke, I'm going to see you in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to remember this.
I love the pick, though.
Yeah, you motherfucker. Let's see, who is this? Who is his first pick? He took Sidney Crosby and Shea Theodore. You,
Ooh.
you fucking cock.
Taze. That is an expensive contract.
Yeah, that is a big roll of the dice that last year is the real thing.
Islanders are up. I
mean, Kucherov and Taves to start off, though.
Yeah, you throw a Kucherov next to him, and maybe it doesn't look quite as risky, eh?
Yeah, I mean that's a 20 million combination right there between Kucherov and Taves. Yeah, I think Meyer has extra value because his contract is so solid.
Yeah, it's a great contract, and you retain his rights even. So, I mean, I guess there's that suicide pill at the end of it, but
yeah, which isn't. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
yeah. Arizona.
So the Islanders are building around Braden Point and Timo Meyer. I mean, that's. I'm not drafting for my Isles, but I'm pretty proud of whoever is.
Charlie Mack.
It's true. Rudo does work for a sex hotline.
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how much does it pay?
You've got that 900 voice. I honestly can't say that I know the answer to that, but probably like 199 a minute.
Ooh, I don't know if I can keep him on the line long enough. I did work in a call center for a long time, though. Just wasn't a sex hotline.
I worked at Airbnb's call center for a while. That was fun. I liked that job a lot, actually.
Nick, there is not a salary cap for the 6-man roster, but you're trying to build a team that can make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And if
you're trying to keep it in mind, like if you do go out and you get 4 $9 million players, you're in real trouble.
All right,
dog.
I'm up.
What you got?
I'm up. I see. I have a guy that I think I can wait on the come around to get. So we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna take a young kid. Well, he's not that young, I guess, but I believe in him.
Are you taking Teravainen?
No. I
Oh,
wanted to, but no.
it seems like such a Rudo pick. Oh, that's solid.
And the last pick of the second round is to Montreal. Yeah, so this was the round of the defense, very
Yeah,
obviously.
no kidding, huh? So, I mean, what do you even do? Okay, you've had McDavid and you've watched all these other guys go off the board.
Yeah. Do you just say forget it and keep letting your defense tumble and just pick a super solid goal scoring wing?
Yeah. Just make 2 picks in a row, Montreal.
Yeah, we're just going to jump into you for the third round as well, so just keep
Yeah.
chugging if you're ready.
All right. So Truba, and then what else you got?
Yeah, that first round, we kind of were getting our bearings. Now we got it. We're rolling. Yeah, no one has signed Jake yet. He's still on the open market. What does he have picked? Truba and McDavid. Is he picking? My top five teams, including the Avs, are probably Carolina. Well, Avs 1, Carolina 2, San Jose 3. I don't really keep strong track after that, to be honest. All right. I'll give him 30 more seconds. And then he'll
And then
take the first wing on the board, which is
he's
Blake
getting
Wheeler.
Blake Wheeler.
Yep.
Yeah. We haven't really needed the 15-second timer because everybody's been on the
Yeah.
ball with their picks. This is the first time we've run into any kind of a pick issue. And it's weird that we're running into it on a guy who had back-to-back
Right.
picks.
Yep. Okay. I don't see him typing. So we're going to give him Wheeler.
Yeah.
And I guess that means it's back to me. See, now I'm going to pick Tavo. No, just kidding.
I mean, that would have been fine.
I think I got to do this, actually. I think I got to go over here.
You could take a defenseman.
Nope. Okay.
Okay.
All right. It is now to
So
Arizona.
you've got one on each level here. You've
Yeah.
got Bishop, Gostisbehere, and McKinnon.
I split my love a little bit.
Interesting.
I have faith there'll be plenty of wings. The D, I'm not so sure about. The younger or the older Hughes, I guess.
Yeah, the lesser hues.
Yeah,
Call him worst hues.
not wrong.
Well, we don't know about the third one
Yeah,
yet. He
the
might be
third
the
one could
worst.
suck. That's true.
I think the third one's already bigger than the first two.
Is he? I don't even know. I haven't looked.
He's like 14.
Isles are on the clock. What does Arizona look like? Are they super young?
Yeah, he's 15 years old. He's already 5'11.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Arizona has Hughes, McAvoy, and Barkov. That's pretty young. Provorov, I like that pick a lot.
If you see somebody that's on the list, you guys have editing privileges.
Yeah, you guys can like delete them if they're
Yeah, if you
gone.
see somebody that we've missed that's still sitting there and you're like, this guy got drafted, just delete him.
Okay, Edmonton, you are up. The snap Tyson Berry pick. You think you can get him signed? You think he's not going to walk away from Edmonton?
It's a strange approach to go Kucherov's, Taves, and then Barry.
Yeah, I mean it's an offensive D. I can see that, but the 1 year is it's a little weird. My favorite or my number that I would retire next to Sakic and Wah, there isn't one right now. I imagine it'll be McKinnon someday, but as of now, I wouldn't have one. Tyson Berry was the nice pick of the draft, though, so
Nice.
that was pick 69.
Nice.
With the 70th pick is Nashville. I'm not. The only thing holding Barry back is his contract status.
Yeah, for sure. All right, you motherfucker, Luke. Which guy are you going to steal from me this time? Oh, this doesn't bother me at all.
Lindholm going down to Nashville. I guess that's not that far from Carolina. He doesn't have to go far. Boston is up.
Boston with an interesting draft early on here. Tavares and Matt Murray in the first two rounds. So have to think that, yeah, a defenseman was coming.
Yep. See, I like the strategy. I like the split your bets. I don't know if I love Risto, but
Yeah, Risto wouldn't have been where I would have started, especially with guys like Doughty and Carlson, McDonough, Suter. Lots of guys on that board, actually, that I would have taken over Risto. But, you know, everybody's afraid of 30-year-old defensemen. So we're all nervous there.
Besser, I like that pick.
Yeah, I wonder if Besser's gotten overrated because of his rookie year now,
Maybe a little bit, but
where you actually like, is this who he's going to be? You
right.
know, like a 60-point guy.
Yeah.
Because with him, you're really hoping for there's a next level, you know, a big
Yeah,
jump there.
for sure. I mean, if he stayed healthy this year, he was on 70-point pace. So
Yeah. That's also been a bit of an issue though, is that he
It
gets
has.
dinged up.
It has. Ekdad coming off the list.
But Calgary with started with Stamkos, so putting Stamkos and Besser next to each other, a couple of
Yeah.
big time goal scorers, and then Heiskanen on the back end. That's a thing.
I actually really like the Ekblad pick, but
Ekblad to pair with Ryan O'Reilly and Alex Ovechkin.
yeah,
Kind
it's
of an interesting
that is
combination of guys.
interesting a little bit.
See, Toronto's just killing. I really like what Toronto has done so far. Seriously, with Teravainen, not messing around. Teravainen, Giroux, and Matthews. That's their top line.
That's pretty filthy at the front.
I mean, not even worried about the back end. Is like, I'll get to it when I get to it. I really do like the just the approach there, where it was like, hey, not worried about that. I'm just gonna build this top group up here and let's get nasty.
Yep. Hellebuck.
So another one of these franchises that's gone with one at every level. You got Dreisaitl, OEL, and now Hellebuck.
Yep. It's the strategy.
Yeah, just trying to fill it all out.
Thing is, with goalie, you draft one and then you're done there.
Yeah, and you feel you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
good.
have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
Gensel, okay.
Yeah, so Dallas now adding Gensel, uh, going with another forward here after adding Gensel to Shifley and Carlson. So starting to round out a little bit there, and that's Gensel is a guy that if you can get 70 points from him, that contract is
Yeah.
so good.
Yep.
I'm actually surprised that Gensel went behind Timo Meyer just because it's the same kind of guy, except more productive and an extra year on the contract. So the value of Gensel right there is what I think that really stands out to me as that's an excellent pick.
On to Vancouver.
Yeah. The Canucks with the DeBrincat pick last round,
Yep.
going for the goals. DeBrincat and Aho to build off of.
Got to get someone who can feed them. Is too much how, so. If someone deleted Kyle Connor, they fucked up.
Yeah, Kyle Connor hadn't been taken, so you're
Yeah.
fine to take him. Yeah, Kyle Connor's
He's
sitting
still
right
on the
there.
list. Yeah, I don't know.
Did this just get sorted? Because this was sorted by rank, and now it's
Someone
all over the
definitely
place.
just sorted it weirdly, for sure.
Yeah, this has gotten all out of whack now. This is why we didn't want to give editing privileges.
Right.
Yeah, dude, this is a
Oops.
yeah. So no more sorting the list for your own information here, okay? You guys are gonna have to do your own homework on that one. Like, my goodness.
All right. We got Kyle Connor to Vancouver.
All right, I'm gonna delete him off the list as I announce it, so somebody doesn't do something crazy and I delete somebody else.
LA is up. I love the Panarin deal. I don't care. I'd have paid him $1 billion. I think New York got a great deal at getting him for what he was at. Duchesne,
Yeah.
it's that last like 3 or 4 years of that are scary.
Like half of that contract
Yeah,
is a problem for
yeah.
me.
Geo, the old man Geo.
Oh man, I like that. I like that we've got a LA is staying true to what LA does in going with old guys. Adding Giordano to Brad Marchand in the first round.
Florida, the man on the mic. What's he
Oh
gonna
yeah,
do?
shit, this is my pick.
Yep. He wasn't ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. I shouldn't be surprised by that.
Nobody should be. Ah, yeah,
Buffalo on the clock.
and I'm done with forwards.
Ooh, I like the Senko pick a lot. I was hoping Tarasenko would fly under the radar a little bit, but
Buffalo's done a nasty job here too. Eichel, Makar,
Tarasenko, yeah, that's
and
pretty sick.
Tarasenko.
That's pretty sick.
That's good. It's good, solid building blocks there. I like that. It's off to a good start.
Yeah, I agree. Well, there you go. We knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Someone had to end up with a later C, and it's Detroit, so I'm cool with it. Philadelphia on the clock.
It's a very on-brand pick.
It's true. They would love him up there.
So Philadelphia, Larkin, Brady Kachuk, and Victor Hedman.
Okay, that's interesting. I wonder about the total point production ability there a little bit, but
Yeah. You wonder, you're curious, not knowing really what Brady Kachuk's upside is yet, of
right.
course. You're
Yeah,
sort of curious there about what that looks like.
I like that pick a lot.
Oh, that's a
Logan
great pick.
Couture. Yeah.
It's just great value,
Yep.
honestly. Like you just sat and waited. Got a really good player.
Alrighty. Couture off the board. Winnipeg on the clock.
We have an interesting group there from the Rangers. Pasternak, Couture, and I lost it, and Brent Burns.
Hmm.
So it's a little win now
Yeah.
flavor to it.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt Dunn was a great pick.
Yeah, it is. Dumba going to Winnipeg, where he'll ask for a trade immediately. Just like all their other D-men.
Got it, Line A.
Got it. Yeah. You're picked before it was even your turn. He couldn't wait to snag Liney before someone else.
So excited.
All right, next up is Tampa. Arvidsson, okay. Next up is Carolina. Carlson, the D-man. That is a big old contract for a guy that has had injury issues. Yeah, at a certain point, you just got to take him, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Tampa takes Arvidsson. Carolina takes Carlson. Next up, Seattle. And there goes Gabe.
To Seattle.
Yep.
So it's putting Landeskog with Zach Werenski on defense.
Okay.
John Gibson in net. So that's the first forward taken by Seattle.
Yeah, interesting.
Is Landeskog as a wing?
Oh, yeah. Not sure about that.
That's interesting.
Freddie Anderson coming off the board
Yeah.
for Washington. It's going to be interesting. They're not there yet, but when the goalies start to wear thin, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
New Jersey is up.
I'm really surprised people have held strong and not letting like the goalie panic set in quite yet.
I didn't hold strong at all, so I
I'm
took mine.
honestly, I'm still not worried about it.
Yeah.
So there are so many guys that like you could drop in a Semyon Varlamov and be like, all right, like I'm gonna get an okay starter.
And there goes
Not on a great contract, but like an okay
Bob.
starter. Considering I haven't drafted a defenseman yet, like I can tell you that that's gonna be my plan. I'm not gonna be messing around with goalies for a bit.
Bobrovsky in New Jersey, huh?
The difference in the goaltenders is just not there.
Yeah, maybe not. There goes Mr. Drew.
Yeah, that Doughty went this long is probably an indictment on how much all of us actually hate that dude.
Probably.
and not like an actual like
his skill level.
Right. We think he's this good. Some of that is certainly the contract too, though.
It is. It is a little bit.
He's just starting his extension this year.
Right. And it's
so
he'll be
8 years at $11 million, man. Like
he'll be 37 at the end of it. That's
well, and you're making $11 million through his entire 30s. There's no value. He has to be your best player.
Yep.
At that point, like for that kind of money. And Morgan Riley, and where else is Anaheim's other pick? And Jordan Binnington. So Binnington, O'Reilly, and Doughty for Anaheim so far.
That's not my favorite team.
It's interesting that we had one building from the back forward.
Yeah.
And I'm on the totally opposite side.
Right.
Where I've built my top line and then I'm moving down.
I like the Forsberg pick. It's another
good value.
Yeah, another guy that slots right into a 3-year window type thing.
Yeah.
Forsberg done. Ottawa on the board. The Instamax Domi.
I do really like that. I've been wondering where that was going to happen because he had such a big breakout last year.
Yeah.
Oh, so putting him, well, next to Taylor Hall.
Hmm.
He's got 2 left wings there. So
Domi
one of
can
those,
play a little C, technically,
yeah,
but
those guys will have to move, but he also has Sagan, so
interesting. I guess you can just throw one on the right and hope for the best, but
yeah. And like wings are
right.
it's
We're
easy to do
pretty
that
open
with.
with
So
that.
it's
Yeah.
not something it's like you can't do that.
Old
not
man
gonna be
Pekka.
not gonna be that not gonna be that stickler about it.
Yeah, definitely not.
Because like the difference between a left wing and a right, like there are some guys that absolutely just can't play the opposite side, but there are plenty of guys that can. It's not a major deal. So Rene, huh?
Yeah, in Pittsburgh. All right, we're back to the pick everyone cares about. Colorado on the clock. What do we have in Colorado already? Monahan
Monahan
and
showed.
Jabot. Okay, interesting. Hello, Colorado. It's your turn to pick.
I
There
just
he
saw him
is.
typing. Oh,
Okay,
there it
good.
is. Oh,
Serg,
so
that's good.
so Monahan with Shabbat and Sergachev. So the defense is done.
Yeah,
That's
that
2 lefties.
defense is
So
it's
it's
set, but
2
yeah,
young lefties, but again, easily just shift
throw
one
one
of
on
them
the right.
over. And
Yep. Columbus is up.
yeah, I mean, we said try to keep them.
Yeah,
Try to make a left and a right. Like,
if you can.
yeah,
Ekholm coming off the board to Columbus. Just go ahead and go again. Tempestuous if you're ready.
yeah. Why don't you shut up, Meeks?
DeBrusque. Okay.
Ekholm just went right.
Yes, he did. Okay. Give me 1 second to snag the round 4 draft order. There we go. Should be all set. Columbus again. Jake DeBrusque. All right, all good. Back to Colorado.
Value guys with 1 year left, however you want.
Yep, you can value contracts to your heart's content.
Yeah,
Not at all, or as much
it's
as you.
something that I'm keeping in mind when I'm drafting. Man, I'm not just throwing caution to the wind and going with all the high price guys. It's the biggest reason I didn't go after Doughty was because I didn't want that contract. Player is great. I have no interest in that contract.
Taking Saros in goal. The Avs are going young. It is Pittsburgh on the clock. Do I see a 60-point season in Sergachev's future? Boy,
That's a
it's really
lot of
hard to
points.
say you see 60 points for any defenseman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. I don't think the Saros pick is that crazy. Like, I think he has starter potential, but I'd have waited to pick him later.
He was a guy that I had kept my eye on, but I was
Yeah.
not going to draft him over a whole rash of proven starters.
Right. Willie holdout coming off the board.
Yeah, you drafted two lefties.
What? Yeah, Ottawa on the clock. What is there a Finnish champagne? Is there like some special company that I've never heard of? Ottawa, we are waiting on you. Gustafson, interesting. That's a 60-point defenseman.
Yeah, that one time.
We're gonna go ahead and put that user in timeout.
Yeah, holy sh! What was that about?
Russian bots, man.
Like, bro, you know this isn't the election, right?
All right, Chicago on the clock. Yeah, I don't know about that Gustafson pick with only 1 year on the deal. Slavin, on the other hand, good pick. Slavin, I don't know.
Jacob Slavin.
Slavin. He's from Colorado, right? I should probably know, but
Yeah, yes. Didn't he play at CC?
I think so.
Yeah, you don't. People don't learn your name when you don't play at a real hockey school.
Anaheim is up.
Anaheim, I think the only team at this point that has not drafted a forward.
Yeah, but they're done everywhere else, so. I guess I gotta start looking at what I'm gonna do now, too.
I'm trying to go through and make sure that our board is as clean as possible.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Jeff
It's,
Skinner on the $9 million contract.
it's hard to keep up with everything going on right now.
Yes, it is.
And trying to draft a team. And
Yeah, we're trying to go as fast as possible, but
yeah, because you worry about people being like, oh, well, I've got to do
yeah,
12 other things today.
people have. Sergachev got picked.
Yeah, Sergachev got picked.
Okay. Next up is New Jersey.
It's a really good pick.
Yes, it is. Washington is on the clock. There's Dubois. Knew he was coming.
What are we putting Dubois with? Mitch Marner,
I don't hate that.
John Klingberg,
I don't hate that.
and Freddie Anderson.
Okay. That right wing or other wing is going to matter quite a bit. Seattle, hit me. Alex, this is a 6 round draft. That's essentially a fantasy draft that's 6 rounds long, where you're trying to make the best 6 man unit in the NHL: 3 forwards, 2D, and a goalie. Krug is gone, yes. Is he in the voice? Yes, he is.
Where did Krug go?
I don't know. Someone said he was gone. I just assumed they were right, and they weren't. They were wrong. So he's gone now. Got him. All right. We got it. We got it in order. Krug off the board. Another 1 year deal.
Jesus.
Carolina, take it away. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. There's still a lot of things left. Everyone's
Yeah.
avoiding Yandle like the plague.
Yeah. Well, and Petrangelo getting ready to go into free agency is a little
Yeah,
nerve wracking. As somebody
definitely.
who's looking at defense, that's something I'm definitely considering. Is that the Yandle is
A
head or not
UFA.
Yandle? That Petrangelo is heading
Petrangelo.
into UFA.
Yeah.
That makes me real nervous, man. Like I'm like, mm-mm.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. Atkinson.
The Catkinson. Dubois got drafted.
Yep.
Skinner got drafted.
Yep. Atkinson does not have any contract length issues. You are locked into that. Tampa Bay. Give her a go. The Groob. The Groob coming off the list.
Nice. Tampa Bay gets a goalie. Has gone with Victor Arvidsson, Dougie Hamilton, Mark Stone.
Dylan Strome to Vegas.
Oof. Asking that guy to be your 1C, man, is a super ballsy thing to do.
He does get to play next to Panarin. I don't know if Line is going to help Strome very much, to be honest.
Yeah, putting Line and Strom together, man, is super, super combustible.
Winnipeg on the clock.
Especially because both Line and Panarin are left wings.
This is just the BSN be a GM draft, Alex. It's nothing. It's just something that AJ thought up, and we're doing it. And people
Yeah.
like it. Maybe we'll do it again next year or something like that.
Yeah. It'd be fun to do something like this in person.
Yeah, it would like a real in-person draft would be great, but that's like near impossible.
Yeah, with 30 people and trying
Yeah.
to coordinate schedules. Like, good luck.
Marchessault, I like that pick a lot. At this point,
It's okay.
I like it. I think it's a solid pick at this point in the draft. Rangers. Leonard on the 1 year deal. Come on down.
It's interesting.
I like the pick if you can hold on to him, but
Yeah, that's one of the very few 1 year deals that I would not be too concerned about.
right. Philadelphia. William Karlsson is still there.
Brower's gone. Leonard is gone.
Yep. Correct. Yeah, Nylander has been taken. Phil's a thrill. Been sitting at the top of this list for about 60 picks. Finally, someone pulled the trigger.
Yeah, to go with Larkin and Brady Kachuk as the forwards.
Ooh, I actually like that quite a bit. You got Brady.
Victor Hedman at D as well.
Yeah, the first D taken. I forgot about that. Jamie Benn as a left wing.
Yeah, Jamie Benn is a left wing, so you're good. You're good.
Okay, Buffalo on the clock. Nate Schmidt. All right. Not who I would have taken. And the man himself, AJ, on the clock. Hampus Lindholm. Of course, he drafts a duck. LA is up. Oh, did I put that in the wrong channel? Whoops. Ryan Ellis. Good pick. Have that locked up forever. Did you just delete Ellis?
I did. Here, I'll undo it.
Yeah.
So you can copy it.
Yeah. A little too fast for me that time. All right.
My bad.
Good. No, you're good.
I just happened to be right on it, so. Okay. Yeah, I was actually gonna pick Ryan Ellis, and then I remembered why I wasn't going to, and that's because Hampus was around.
Three, but I messed this up and have to redo Hampus's contract info now. All right, sorry, we're good. Vancouver on the board, on the clock. The quick Tuca. I like that pick as well. I think that's pretty good value for a goalie at this point. Go back to Dallas. What you got, Dallas? Nurse.
Got it?
Yep. Nurse on the board. Minnesota, you're up. The one sheep year of Kevin LeBanc goes. Someone just got deleted that wasn't LeBanc. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. I don't remember who I just
It
deleted.
doesn't matter as long as it was intentional.
Yeah.
All right, Minnesota, Toronto on the clock. Can they keep building a beast? Morrissey. All right. You're expecting a step up there. San Jose, hit me with your best pick. Sammy G finally goes.
Been waiting on that one.
Yep. Got it. Calgary, you are up. There's the big goalie contract. You knew it had to be taken eventually.
Strongly contemplated it myself, actually.
Yeah, I mean, if you have faith that he's not going to get injured, the skill level is absolutely there for Price. Boston on the clock. I like that pick a lot, but AJ will hate it.
What is it?
Tuck.
Oh, God, to be a top line player? Fuck yeah, I hate that pick. Okay, guys, if you're going to delete players, just delete the row to make
Yeah,
this a
don't
little
leave these
easier.
empty white line spaces.
Yeah.
Tuck to Boston. Nashville on the clock. Uh, what's left? I have to be ready to pick two.
Did somebody create an extra sheet?
Yep, somebody definitely did. That fifth sheet. I don't. If people are using that to organize their own shit, I don't really care. The fifth sheet has nothing to do with me. Spurgeon going to Nashville. And Edmonton on the clock.
Spurgeon with 1 year left on that deal. It's
Yeah,
ballsy.
a lot of 1 year UFAs have gone in this round. Take a second to remember who I'm trying to pick here. Oh yeah, I was gonna do this. Nobody take my pick. Someone's gonna take it, probably, but that's okay. Mantha going to Edmonton. That's a 1 year RFA, so you got all the term in the world there. Oh, ooh, ooh. Islanders, hit me. There goes Yandel, man at the top of the D charts for an eternity.
Yeah.
Arizona. All being done through Discord and off stream. We have a Google Sheets page that we're tracking a little bit of, but you're seeing everything just getting transferred from the Google Sheet to this Discord draft board on the stream. Holtby going to Arizona. Another 1 year goalie. And now it's me. And I am taking a Duck defenseman. Well, he's not a Duck anymore, but he was.
I like him a lot.
I know. And Montreal to round it out, who wasn't here earlier, so you have a quick clock if you want to make a pick yourself.
Yeah, he also said that he was doing this from the hospital,
Okay. What?
which
Let me see what he
doesn't change that
has.
we'll have a quick clock, but we kind of need to know what his team is so we don't give him like a.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
He's got McDavid, Trouba, and Wheeler.
Okay. So he needs either a D, a left wing, or a goalie. Svetch is gone. No, he's not in chat, right? Only text chat. Zucker, great.
All right.
Can't. Put Zucker up, yep. Okay.
Sweet. I like Brady Shea.
Cool. That I can work with.
I set up a sixth Google sheet that just has
Yeah.
teams on it. It'd be great if everybody could go in there when they have a minute and they're not obsessing over the board and start building their own team and adding their guys in there so that I don't have to do it for everybody.
Okay. Now I'm up. Easy pick. And now we are back to Arizona.
Okay, let's not delete the work that I've already done here.
Raquel is a winger. Yep. Islanders are back up as Raquel comes off the board. I honestly don't even know very much about Casey DeSmith, so I have no idea if
He's
that's a good pick or not.
he's Pittsburgh's backup. I don't understand it.
Alrighty.
He was okay last year.
Okay, DeSmith gone. On to Edmonton.
Like any pick with a goaltender,
Yeah,
you're hoping and praying.
pretty much. Kemper. That's not one that I have a ton of hope for.
Yeah.
All right. Edmonton picks up Kemper. Next up is Nashville. I believe he got picked.
Yeah, I think Phil Forsberg is gone.
Yeah, he went to Chicago.
Yeah, I don't have him on the sheet either, so it's not like he's sitting there.
Well, it's not the first round, so I guess we can allow it. Chris Kreider coming off the board. And next up is Boston. Druin. Druin. It's a little bit of a bet that he can find some more consistency, maybe. Boston's next. Druin. Next up is Calgary.
Yeah, boy, I don't like Boston's draft at all. Tavares, Tuck, and Druin as your top line.
I don't mind Tavares and Tuck. I don't love Druin with those two.
Oh, and Murray and Ristolainen on the back end so far.
Murray's fine. He's young enough that you're taking a bet there. Risto, not my favorite for sure. Pesci going to Calgary. San Jose on the clock. Let's see. Nino. I like that pick a lot, actually. I think that's really good value to get 3 years of Nino at 5.25. Toronto. Yeah, we're living in a world where Nicholas Backstrom isn't going to get picked. Toronto takes the math.
Yeah, Backstrom, another 1 year guy though. In his 30s, you wonder like what's he going to ask for in his next deal? Like
Yeah.
that one doesn't really surprise me a whole
lot. Minnesota. Looks like you're already ready. PK.
Well, I guess removes that temptation.
Yeah. Somebody else can take that bullet if it doesn't work out. That's how I feel
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, I have a feeling Martin Jones just might not get picked today. Dallas is on the clock.
So
An Avs goalie, or at least an ex-Avs goalie. The second one, well, Varley's off the board. That's what I'm trying to say here.
You got it.
Yeah. Ooh, now we have to play against Varley. That's 7 guaranteed shutouts a year right there. Vancouver. Pollock going young. I guess he's not that young.
He's interesting. That guy could fire bullets from the point, man. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
LA is up. Give me your best shot. LA has Marchand, Duchesne, Giordano, and Ellis so far. So you need a winger and a goalie.
Sweet. Means my pick is safe.
Picked already. Just got sniped on you.
Math is gone. I just haven't gotten to deleting him yet. Bloop, there he goes.
I don't know if he's in here. Yeah. Just play for 2 teams. That'll be fine. Riley Smith. Alrighty. AJ, you're up. Yeah, I knew that was coming too. It's just too deep to not. Oh, shit. Hang on. Gotta fix LA's pick there. Okay. Buffalo. On the clock. Peter Mrazek. I mean, he looked good in Carolina. Until he didn't.
God damn it, Meeks. We just need your team name. We don't need all of your editorializing.
Detroit. On the clock.
Fucking Meeks. Can't trust him with anything. You put it in the wrong chat.
Oh, I did? Fuck.
Yeah.
Done that like 3 times.
Yeah.
Letang. Coming off the board.
Yeah. He was my guy if Petro was gone.
Yeah, I'm scared of him. The injuries, not getting younger.
Yeah.
I just Philadelphia. Shocker that no one wants Ryan Suter for 6 more years.
Yeah, I tried to actually follow our rules and go left right. Otherwise, I probably would have taken Suter over Pietrangelo, even with the contract.
Yeah, I went left right as well.
Yeah.
Severson. I think he's a little underrated. I actually like that pick.
I'm a big Damon Severson fan. I don't know about him as a top pairing guy, but
yeah,
you're starting to run out of dudes in this. So.
Right, it's getting down to the nitty gritty for sure.
Yeah,
Rangers.
Imagine like going deeper than this.
Oh like, God, doing like a full 20-man roster and you're picking bums at the end.
Right. You're like, all right, how am I valuing Ian Cole in this?
The second line left wing and right wing players Joe picked up during the offseason are essentially a total wild card. If Burakovsky hits and can do what they think he can, it's going to be a home run. If he misses, it's going to hurt badly. That's kind of what it's down to at this point. We'll see who the other player they give opportunity to, whether it's Donskoy or Jost. I think they'll probably move those around quite a bit. Radulov to the Rangers. All right. Got it. Winnipeg. Crazy helps crazy, huh? I like the strategy. Taking on the big fat Lindell contract. All right, Vegas up. Bufflin, yeah, yeah. I think Bufflin would hate Vegas, the city. Tampa, show me what you got. I know there's still a sleeper in here that I haven't thought of yet. William Karlsson, solid, solid, but not the crazy sleeper that might still be out there that I can't think of. Oh, you just haven't gotten to him yet. Keeping it on the DL till the last round. Carolina on the clock. Dubnik, got it. Dubnik gone. Locked into Carolina for 2 years. Seattle. Make your pick. Keller. There's a good pick.
Is it?
As a right wing? I think so. I like it. Put it that way. Is it a great pick? No, but I think it's good value at this time.
I mean I like upside plays, so
Washington on the board. He's staying at home.
I don't know why you'd want to draft a 30-point player with an inflated contract, but
He's not a 30-point player as long as he's not suspended.
what did he get last year?
40 and 63.
Yeah. 40, huh? 40
Yeah.
whole points to be your top line guy.
I mean, he only played 63 games. It's definitely not great, but New Jersey.
See, there's an upside play that I can get behind.
It could be a steal of a deal if he blows up.
Guy
And
coming off
Jakob
a
Vrana.
47-point season. It's 22 years old, goal scoring beast. Like, yeah, hell yeah. That's
Uh,
an upside play that I'll buy.
Anaheim on the clock. Gregor says, I'm scared for how Gruby will look to start the season. He was real rough for the first couple of games last year. I mean, yeah, the Avs season pretty much hangs in the balance on Gruby at least being
Yeah,
league
it also
average.
takes time for goaltenders to adjust to new stuff. Now, it
It
took
does.
Gruby, it took him too long,
Yeah, for sure.
but it's just not. I don't know.
Yeah,
We saw a worst case scenario.
I
Like,
wouldn't be too worried about rough start. I'd be worried about where his average performance falls across the whole season.
yeah, Verano's 22 years old, and he's not playing on the top line next to Ovechkin. So I'll
It
take Verano over Tom Wilson 10 times out of 10. Yes.
would you'd take Wilson over this guy too, right? Eberly.
Well, Eberle's awful. I wouldn't touch Jordan Eberle with a 100-foot pole.
Well, he just came off the board, so it's your lucky
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. I mean, I. Mm-mm.
Chicago on the clock.
Eberle is one of those super low effort guys. So it's just like, blah.
Yeah, I don't mind him. I wouldn't have really considered taking him right now, but Cam Fowler, that's a good pick. Decent contract on a guy if he can stay healthy. Ottawa, take us away as we're approaching the end of the fifth round. Gone a little longer than I would have hoped, but we're not doing that horribly on time. Vince Dunn. And everyone's just picking players AJ hates.
That Ottawa team is such an interesting group between Sagan, Hall, Domi, Gustafson, and now Vince Dunn.
Have some opinions on that?
Everybody gets to everybody. This is why it's fun. It's because everybody has their evaluation and wants to
Yeah,
build their team their way.
absolutely. Pittsburgh. There goes McDonough.
Yeah, but he waited. That he got to this late in there. So this is
Yeah. All right, Colorado. You got two picks in succession, almost. I guess Columbus cuts between you, but finish strong. Mike Hoffman. I got no problem with everything he does on the ice. And you're up for two picks in a row. Columbus. Oops. Gallagher, got it. One more from you. I don't know what you need off the top of my head. the risk. It's the 6th round. Now's the time to take the risk.
I waited a real draft. We'd just be getting going, you know?
Yeah. A whole bunch more rounds to go. Okay. That's bold.
Yeah.
Probably just blew up any chance of you winning on the pod on Monday. Francis going to Columbus. And everyone is mad about it, apparently. And the final pick for the Avs.
I'm just going to put this in here again.
Yep.
That's fine. Reinhardt plays as a wing.
Yep. Sammy Reinhart. Ooh. All right. That is pick 6 for Colorado. On to Pittsburgh as we start closing out our draft.
Rudo, I got you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's fine. We'll change it. JT Miller. Write it down. Got it locked in. Ottawa is on the clock. Do you think there was little interest in EJ with all the defensive prospects the Avs have? It would have been nice to trade him in a second or something to get a solid second line winger. EJ has no movement things. I don't know if he has a full NMC. I think it's a limited trade list, but it would be very difficult to move EJ for a number
They
of
also
reasons.
have no appetite to move him. Any speculation about EJ getting traded is purely from fans trying to save money.
There you go. Jack Campbell. There's another big risk. It's shot in the dark goalie time, I guess. Chicago with your final pick in the draft. Markstrom. I like that bet more than the last couple of goalies. Anaheim on the clock. Yeah, I'm missing all of that forward depth now, down here in the 6th round. Josh Anderson. All right, you get the bum who's never played a game before, not the actual good one. New Jersey is on the clock. Palmieri. Got it. And Washington. Ooh, Sanheim. I like that pick.
Yeah, I like Sanheim a lot. I just in this exercise, I was afraid of him as a top pairing guy, but he's a really good young defenseman.
I mean, if you're picking a D in the final round, I think that's a good go.
Yeah, absolutely. Really high upside, really young.
Yep. Seattle. Close it off with your sixth ever player.
Some really good defensemen still sitting out there.
Yeah, there are. I was surprised. Horvat is the C of choice.
For Seattle?
Yep.
Cool. I'll just toss that on this team since I'm looking at it. An interesting group. John Gibson, Torrey Krug, Zach Wierenski, Clayton Keller, Gabe Landeskog, and Bo Horvat.
That is an interesting group.
Yeah. It's a really
I'm not sure what to make of it.
yeah, it's one of the more intriguing teams that I've looked at.
Yeah.
Like some of these teams don't they have such competing ideals. Like the goals of them are just all over the place.
Yeah. Hannafin. I like that pick as well this late.
Yeah, definitely. And like Oak said earlier, is that there's no way that there are 64 top pairing defensemen in the NHL.
Right. Definitely not. Yeah, those D are starting to thin out pretty badly now. Tampa Bay. Someone's going to have to take a shot on one of these old dudes. John Merrill. Coming off the list. Is his name really spelled Jonathan with two O's? Is that correct?
Doesn't sound correct.
I mean, no, it is correct. I mean, everyone just calls him John, but
Yikes.
Vegas. I know you can't wait to pick. You're always the quick trigger. Now that I said that. Okay, no, he was on it. Oh, that's a good pick.
Yeah, more upside.
I love that pick. That was the sleeper I was waiting for.
Yeah, I'm really not his biggest fan.
Really?
Yeah, like I think he's an intriguing prospect, but like I'm not on him as like an elite guy, and
No.
especially with um especially with Shabbat there. It's a weird combination.
Yeah, with Chabot, that is a bit odd, but I'm higher on Brandstrom than you for sure. I think he's got talent. Winnipeg with the pick coming in. Jonas Corpusalo in goal. And the Rags. 19 picks left.
All right, let me see how many teams we have in here. We have 28 of the
32.
Yeah.
The 1 year of Justin Falk. Thanks for sticking it out for us, Bruce. We appreciate you finishing off your draft.
Yeah, appreciate it, Bruce. Glad you came. Stay in touch with me about exactly what you want for winning all of our leagues this year since you destroyed everything.
Philly on the clock, and I did it in the wrong channel again. God damn it. Georgiev. See, he was someone I would have considered YOLOing on for sure. You went too fast, whoever deleted it.
Fuck. Well, considering I haven't been deleting anything really lately, it's weird that like
the 1 year.
Yeah, I finally get over there to do it, and it's like, oh, all right.
He's good. Detroit's on the clock. Vlasic's a good pick. The end of that contract will get dicey, but right now, very good.
Sweet. Thanks, Brandon. That way I can quickly add that Vegas team in there.
Detroit just picked. Buffalo is on the clock. Whoops, I copied their pick order number and not their name.
What is it? Timmy Panarin.
Panarin, Vasilevsky, Line, Strome, Bufflin, Brandstrom.
Patrick Line.
Konechny as a winger going to Buffalo. And you are up, AJ, when you get a second.
Oh, it's mine?
Yep. Demko. All right. There's his goalie role. To go with Pastrnak, Couture, Radulov, Burns, and... Oh, no, that's New York. I'm dumb. Wrong team. Just put Thatcher Demko on his list and do it later. LA on the board with the clock.
I was really worried about Demko for like 2 rounds.
Thought he was going.
Yeah, I figured somebody would. Demko and Blackwood were the 2 guys that I had targeted as my goalies from the start.
The King getting picked despite him being old and bad now.
Oh. I mean, he is drafted very LA-ish.
He has. Vancouver.
It's been perfectly on brand. I ended up actually really liking LA's team.
I don't know what it is off the top.
They've got Marchand, Duchesne, Riley Smith, Giordano, Ellis, and Lundqvist. Like they got to win the cup this year, but
Yeah. I don't I don't know about that top line. I think you're asking a lot of Duchesne there.
you are.
And there goes the suitster. It's getting down to the real end here. Just about, not quite to the last 10 picks, but almost. Dallas.
28,
Finish it
26.
off. Nuge is a winger. Does he play wing?
No,
Yeah, he
he's
doesn't really
he's
play
been a
any
center for
wing.
like years.
I don't think he plays wing.
Yeah. He's the whole reason why Dreisaitl is their left wing on the top line
Yeah.
uh, and not their 2C is because they have Nuge. The dad, I love that
Daddy.
picture. He's so good. That guy is so wildly underrated. It fucking freaks me out. All right.
Okay, Minnesota. As everyone gets upset about not having Dadonov. Are we gonna allow that? You said you drafted Dry as a center, and now you're trying to move him.
Yeah, I mean, if you drafted Dreisaitl as a center, then you declared that he was going to be your center. You can't just turn around and change your mind because you're trying to exploit the system.
Yeah.
We're vetoing that. No way.
Nyquist. All right,
I actually have
Toronto.
no idea what Colorado's team looks like.
Yeah, I don't either.
Oh,
Monahan, Hoffman, Reinhardt, Chabot, Sergachev, Saros.
it's really good.
I mean, I think
So,
most of these teams are really good. So
yeah, I mean, it's really solid.
Edler, someone had to do it. The corpse of Alex Edler. To Toronto. Next up, San Jose. There goes Blackwood.
Yeah, it was a real roll of the dice for me between
The two.
Blackwood and
Yeah.
Demko. Man, I struggled with that one.
Calgary on the board. The stand in GM. Has he put together a good team? Larkin, Kachuk, Kessel, Hedman, Severson, Georgiev. That's Philadelphia. I can't read. Stamkos, Heiskanen, Besser, Price, Pesci. Yeah, that's pretty good. And you add Anders Lee to that. You're drafting Lee as a wing, yes? Yep. Why? There we go. Oh, did I? My bad. Thank you for letting me know, Potts. On the clock is Boston at 7 while I sort out that Flyers pick.
He was texting me asking me if he should take Will Butcher, and I told him fuck no.
Definitely would not take Will Butcher if it were me. Colin Miller. I can get behind that.
It's two righties, but that's fine.
I mean,
I'm not gonna throw a fit about it at the end of the day.
at this stage, I think you kind of just take what you can get.
Yeah, it's fine.
Nashville on the clock.
Nashville with Crosby, Kreider, Spurgeon, Theodore, and I'm assuming this is Elias Lindholm. This is why putting just last names on your teams is a bad idea.
Bruce, you were Carolina.
Yeah.
Kane, Kuznetsov, Atkinson, Hannafin, Carlson, Dubnik. Dubnik and Atkinson's are the big question marks for you there, right? Kane, Kuznetsov is just silly stupid. Carlson will be great
really
in the short term. I think Hannafin is someone I like a lot. Is he a number one or top pairing defenseman? Boy, I don't know. And then can Atkinson be the extra guy with those guys? Probably. And I think that works out okay. And then can you not get 7 past Dubnik, I guess?
Yeah.
Thomas Greiss, thank you.
Carolina, I think, is overall solid.
Yeah.
There's upside. There's a little bit of age there, but not too much. It's expensive, though. Between Kuznetsov, Kane, and Carlson, you're locked in for a long time. And Atkinson, too. His contract is pretty lengthy.
Yeah,
as well.
it is. Edmonton on the clock.
So that's really, if it doesn't work, you're in trouble.
Right. If you miss, you're stuck and broken.
Yeah. Clefbaum's a great value.
Yes,
because
it is.
he can be a legit top guy for you. You just have to hope he's healthy. Who made that pick? Edmonton?
Yeah.
What's their team look like?
Couldn't tell you. Islanders on the clock.
Kucherov, Taves, Barry, Mantha, Kemper, and now Clefbaum. That's Clefbaum and Barry is your top pairing.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's living dangerously.
Yeah. Athanasiu. I can't spell his name.
Wow. Andreas Athanasiu gets drafted in this. Sensei bias.
I don't even know where he is. There he is. Yeah, Athanasiu is a winger.
Yeah, he is. Okay, which team?
Islanders took Athanasiu. Arizona is on the clock.
No, I mean Bradshaw. Which team is?
Oh.
See, I've been waiting for Ehlers to go for a while now.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's a really good pick.
It was when who was it that got taken? When Eberle went, and he was sitting right next to Ehlers. I was like, why?
Bradshaw is New Jersey, by the way.
New Jersey? Okay, great.
Okay, Ehlers to Arizona. That leads it to me. I need a left winger. And Evander Kane is who I'm taking.
So that gives your top line Evander Kane, Nathan McKinnon, Jakub Voracek.
Yep.
With Goss, Despair, and Montour on the back end, and Bishop in net.
Yep.
Oof. It's so much skating.
Gotta go fast. St. Louis
Seriously.
Sonics.
All those 5 guys, like, that's so much skating.
And to round us out, if he is connected, Montreal with the final pick.
Yeah, needs a goaltender.
Okay, if he's not there, then you will end up with, looks like Kudobin. And he's taking Kudobin. Sweet.
Awesome. Some interesting goalies not taken.
Yeah, there were a couple of ones that I'm surprised went over a few others. Okay, that is the end of the whole 6th round draft. First off, thank you everyone for coming out and hanging with us here. I know it was pretty long, but you guys managed to stick with us and get through it. There are a ton of really good teams here. Um, I hope you guys are all around for Monday, where we'll start in and really sink our teeth into these teams and declare a winner, I guess, eventually, sometime next week.
I tell you what, I was gonna kill LA early on, but just glancing through this, Boston is my biggest loser off the top of my head.
All right, well, there you go. Boston choked it. It's official.
Yeah. Going through and losing, and I haven't looked at very many of the teams.
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to go through and put first and last names on these that people just put last names, just for consistency's sake.
There's like 20 different people on this page tabbing through things and trying to add stuff.
When I originally said, "Hey guys, go do this," it just like flooded. And I was like, "This is actually kind of wild to watch."
Alex asks what our teams were. Mine was St. Louis, Evander Kane, Nathan McKinnon, Jakub Voracek, Shane Gostis Bear, Brandon Montour, Ben Bishop. AJ was Florida, who has Elias Peterson, Matthew Tkachuk, Andrei Svechnikov, Hampus Lindholm, Alex Pietrangelo, Thatcher Demko. And we will discuss who won on Monday.
Yeah, we'll get into all of that. Off the top of my head, and not including my own team here, who was the goalie for Montreal that we gave him?
Kudobin, right? Yeah. Yeah, thanks for watching, Nick. I appreciate the viewership. For anyone still around, if you're here for the YouTube channel, we'll be live again tomorrow afternoon with the Avs Quiz Show. So be sure to tune in then. I'm going to call the stream here. Well, the people in the Discord, if you're around, we can sort out teams and stuff if that's what you're looking for. But as for the stream, once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.